the Impact Arena here in Bangkok, the capital of Thailand, and we're here for the 2018 Total BWF Thomas and Uber Cup finals, the men's and women's world team championships. 32 teams from 17 different nations from across the globe have gathered here in Bangkok for these two very prestigious competitions. Okay, so there are 16 teams in both the Thomas and Uber Cup. Those 16 teams have been divided into 4 groups of 4. And over the first 4 days of competition, every country plays every other country within their group, with the top 2 teams then qualifying for the quarterfinal knockout stage. So once those groups have been decided, we then have quarterfinals on Thursday, semi-finals on Friday, before the women's Uber Cup final on Saturday and the men's Thomas Cup final on Sunday. Today is day 1 of competition, and as you can see here on court 1, we've already had a Thomas Cup tie from Group A, and a big surprise because France have beaten India 4-1 in their opening match. This afternoon we turn our attention to the Uber Cup, the women's competition. It's a Group B encounter between the hosts Thailand, who are the number 4 seeds this year, and they're up against, so we're going to do it. and a very warm welcome to the Impact Arena here in Bangkok, the capital of Thailand. And we're here for the 2018 Total BWF Thomas and Uber Cup finals, the men's and women's World Team Championships. 32 teams from 17 different nations from across the globe have gathered here in Bangkok for these two very prestigious competitions. There are 16 teams here in both the Thomas and the Uber Cup. Those 16 teams have been divided into 4 groups of 4. And over the first 4 days of competition, every country plays every other country within the group. Then it's the top 2 teams within each group that then qualify for the quarter-final knockout stage. And as you can see, quarter-finals are on Thursday, semi-finals Friday, before the Uber Cup final on Saturday and the men's Thomas Cup final on Sunday. So today is day 1 of competition, and as you can see here on court 1, we've already had a Thomas Cup tie from Group A, and France has beaten India 4-1. That's the first real upset of the tournament. This afternoon we turn our attention to the Uber Cup, the women's competition. It's a Group B encounter between the hosts Thailand, who are the number 4 seeds this year, and they're up against Germany. Now these are all the groups, and I can tell you that Group B is very strong indeed, because all 4 teams in this group have all reached the semi-final stage of the Uber Cup finals at previous occasions. Thailand, of course, are hoping to go one better with their home support than their one and only semi-final appearance at the Uber Cup finals, and that was 6 years ago in Wuhan. So the home team, there they are in the pre-match team huddle. Yes, how dearly they would like to perform on their home stage. And as for the Germans, well, they're making their 9th appearance here at the Uber Cup finals, and they've been in the semi-final twice previously, once in 2006 and again in 2008. Now each tie consists of 3 singles and 2 doubles, so 5 matches within the tie. And at the group stage, all 5 matches are contested, regardless of whether one team has won 3 of those 5 matches. But that will change for the knockout stage. As soon as the tie is won, then any dead matches will not be contested. Now, as far as today's tie is concerned, what a way to start us off. The former world champion, the former world number 1, Ratchanok INTANON, up against the bronze medalist, Luise HEIM, from the European Junior Championships. And then it'll be the first doubles, and it is the gold medalists from the SEA Games, Kittiharakun and Prajongjai, the current world number 8s, up against Hertrick and Nelta. Then it's the 7 women's singles, and Jindapon, in her 4th Uber Cup campaign, is up against Yvonne Lee, hugely talented. She was a bronze medalist at the European Junior Championships last year. Then the 2nd women's doubles, and Super Jurakun and Teirat Tanachai. Wonderful to see Teirat Tanachai back on the doubles court. Of course, she ruptured an ACL in the final of the Southeast Asian Games. They're up against Golashevsky and Kaplan. Then we finish with the 3rd women's singles of Busanan Ongbangorangpan for Thailand, up against the left-hander Fabienne Dupri in her 5th Uber Cup campaign. So all the players, or most of the players, are highly experienced in this Uber Cup tie. Our first match, of course, the first women's singles, and what a way to sort of set us off in this tie. Ratchanok INTANON, the former world number 1, the former world champion, against Luise HEIM of Germany. So we await the arrival of the players. There's 4 courts in action here at the Impact Arena here in Bangkok. And there's been a real rise in the atmosphere. And right on cue, the fans, who would so dearly love to see their team succeed. Of course, as far as Bangkok is concerned, well, they did host the Thomas Cup 42 years ago, 1976, and in that Thomas Cup, Thailand actually reached the final. So the home support has proved good for the Thailand team in the past, as the 2 players for our number one court to make their way onto centre stage. Well, she was looking very relaxed yesterday, was Ratchanok INTANON. Made a special point of coming and saying hello to me and then promptly put our photograph on Instagram. But this is a big responsibility. Always so important in team competitions to get your side off to a winning start. It puts huge pressure on the number one players. Well, as far as Thailand are concerned, as we look at our umpires and service judge, all four singles players in the Thailand team are ranked in the top 25 in the world. As far as Germany is concerned, Luise HEIM is the highest ranked player, and she's 55 at the moment. So Bert van Horenbeck of Belgium, our umpire for this one, and the toss of the coin, the first duty of his. And the players can choose one of three options. And that is to choose which end to start, or they can choose to serve, or they can choose to receive. So Ratchanok INTANON, 23 years of age. As I say, she was former world number one, 2 wonderful weeks at the end of April 2016, and that was at the end of a remarkable 3 titles in 3 weeks at Super Series level. That had never been achieved before. She really is a terrific athlete. Of course, won the World Championships in Guangzhou in 2013, beating the then Olympic champion Luise HEIM in that final. And incidentally, it's lovely to know that Luise HEIM is in the China squad for these Uber Cup finals, making a welcome return after knee surgery. Luise HEIM is 22 years of age, born in the spa town of Bangkok. Now lives in Mulheim, and as I was telling you, she was a bronze medalist at the European Junior Championships of 2015, when those championships were staged in Lublin in Poland. Has been slightly higher, as you saw. Has been a couple of places higher in the world ranking than her current 55 spot. So Bert van Horenbeck, our umpire, and Stefan Vernet of France will be the service judge. Now, as you saw briefly, this will be the first meeting between these two players. Our court officials from all corners of the globe are all assigned to courts to ensure neutrality. So Ratchanok INTANON, who's already won a title this year, in fact her very first tournament of the year, won the Malaysian Masters, beating the current world number one Tai Su Ying in the final. There's Jindapon and Busanan sitting just a little bit behind her, all the team eagerly supporting. It's always a difficult call to me as to whether teammates should be sitting behind the court or whether they should be sitting quietly when they've got to play later. It's a very difficult situation. I suppose you just determine it by the individual player's character, whether they need to keep calm or whether they want to be involved in cheering their teammates on. Certainly the Germans are there on the front row bench, ready to cheer at every opportunity. Lady in the centre of your picture there, Olga Konen, representing Germany, and it's the third different country she's actually represented, but happily settled now in Germany. So the umpire calls for this all-important first match within the tie to get underway. Three finals this lady's been in her career, but hasn't yet won a title. But a couple of finals last year. I thought that was a real step forward for her as far as her career path is concerned. She reached the final of the Dutch International Series and the Bulgarian International Series as well. And I felt that was a definite mark of her improvement, her belief in herself, perhaps as much as anything. So the last nerve-wracking moments before the start of this tie between the hosts, Thailand and Germany.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Thailand, represented by INTANON Ratchanok. And on my left, Germany, represented by Luise HEIM. Thailand to serve, Lovell, Lei.
So Ratchanok INTANON getting this first women's singles match underway. First rally, and even in this very first rally, we've had a glimpse of all the qualities of this young lady. The beautiful, smooth, balletic movement, the racket skills, the easy, relaxed hitting motion that in itself creates so much deception. Held that backhand drive until the last moment. Looked as if it was going to be a little block to the net. Well, that's getting the first point on the board as far as Heim is concerned. And to settle the nerves a little. Oh, that's gone well wide. Oh, she hasn't settled the nerves terribly well. That's the first service error of the match. Not full power. Just rolled the racket head at the last moment. Look at this. Well, the Danes called that the windscreen wiper shot because the racket head goes across like a wiper blade on the front of your car. And twisting that pronation of the forearm to guide that across court. Played absolutely superbly by Ratchanok. Oh, my goodness me. Well, it was an ambitious shot to try from Ratchanok INTANON and a wry smile. But I thought he was interested in the reaction of Luise HEIM at the end of that rally. She had to work so hard, and there's a little clenched fist, yes. Hard work, stick in there. But certainly so far, she's been doing all the chasing. Hasn't taken the initiative in the rally herself as yet. It's just great skill, great deception. It's a wonderful atmosphere, isn't it? And
Service
Thailand's
over.
men's team will be playing tonight as well. So for the rest of the day, the fans are going nowhere. Now, how does she produce that angle? Yeah, coordinated fans, the drums, the synchronized clapping. Well, that is now on perfect. Yeah, so is that. Just the range of skills, the degree of deception. And I don't think Heim is used to playing against players with this sort of skill level. It's gone wrong, well judged. My personal opinion, I think that Ratchanok INTANON and Tai Su-ying are the two most aesthetically pleasing players to watch. Their relaxed hitting style, their choice of shots, the way they make it look so easy. I think both those players are just an absolute joy to watch. Oh, that's a great shot. Well, that's the first time that Heim has managed to leave Ratchanok absolutely stranded.
8.
That's gone wrong too.
4-8.
No, Ratchanok asks for the shuttle to be changed and the German obliges. It's not always the case. There's sometimes a little bit of mind games goes on. One player wants the shuttle changed, the other one says, no, I'm winning with this one, I'll keep this one, thanks very much. Oh, my goodness. Seems to have this capacity to hit winners at will.
9-4.
Most of us mere mortals have to work the rally. Get your opponent out of position first. Ah, anything you can do, I can do just as well. I like that. That's good character.
9.
Lovely shot from Heim. Return of serve will go down as a sloppy shot from INTANON.
Service over. 10-6.
Magnificent again. There's another of the reverse slice angled shot from Ratchanok INTANON. And she goes to the mid-game interval with a 5-point advantage. 8 minutes played. It really was a terrific angle, wasn't it?
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1,
Lift have been to the centre of the
20
court,
seconds.
and normally it's difficult to find winners from the centre of the court. It's difficult to create the angles. But somehow, a Thai number one managed it. 6, this opening game. Oh, it's gone wide, yep. The problem is when you play against a player like Ratchanok INTANON, you're so terrified that winners are going to come that you feel you've got to hit the perfect shot. You start going for lines, and in starting to go for lines, that's where you leave yourself no margin for error. And then, of course, the errors do come. So it's a dilemma, but you have to keep your mental toughness. You have to keep the resolve and stick to the original game plan.
Service over. 13-7.
That goes down as another service error. That's her second. That's nice.
Service over.
Coaching bench.
13.
Anya Weber and Wang Yu Yang. German teammates are looking a little bit anxious at the moment, aren't they? Good rally, good pressure. Yeah, kept the pushes into the deep backhand corner of Ratchanok INTANON. Kept them flat enough.
9-13.
She couldn't do anything with it. That's clever play, I like that.
Service over. 14-9.
That, to me, was an example of what I've just been alluding to. You feel you've got to hit the perfect shot, trying to make it so tight over the net. That made the error. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Finds the line. But it was the disguise. Wonderful shot.
15-9.
Good judgment.
Service over.
German was beaten by sheer power there.
Service over. 17-10.
Yeah, going for winners when she's not really on balance.
10.
To me, is a sign perhaps of desperation. Yeah, another example.
Service over. 11-19. game point.
A whole host
11.
of game point opportunities now. The former world champion, Ratchanok INTANON. Oh, that's a nice shot. Good rally, and probably the longest of the match so far. Great fighting spirit from the German.
12, 20. Game.
Opening game, 21-12.
First game won by Thailand, 21-12.
Umpire confirms first game to Thailand, 21-12 in 15 minutes of play. With our final rally, Ratchanok still looking very relaxed indeed. So the call of 20 seconds is always a signal for the players to return to court, stop talking to the coaches, and get back ready to resume play.
Second game, low ball, play.
It's gone wide.
Service over. 1-0.
Missed it. Yes, that wasn't a challenge. That was just asking for the shuttle to be changed. Slight confusion there.
Play.
You think? What? Oh, you
Yes.
think you got a second point?
No. I think she's saying it's 2-1, not
As far as
3-1.
I know, it's 3. I'll call her. Luise?
It could be, but as far as I know, it's 3-1. But it's 2.
It's 2-1. Great sportsmanship. Well done, Luise HEIM. A credit to her and her country. Indeed, I thought it was 2-1. And the score has now been adjusted so that it's correct.
Serves over. 2-all.
Super play. Look where that shuttle is landing. A drop shot from the back of the court, and it's landing well in front of that front service line. That's an indication of just how tight and how accurate it was. Nicely done.
Serves over. 3-all.
This is another long rally. Yeah, and I think the German needs to adopt those sort of tactics. I know it's hard work physically, but that's what she's got to do.
Serves over. 4-all.
Oh, it's lovely. Yeah, more patient in her play, waiting for the right opportunity.
5-4.
Yeah, by playing flat first of all, not allowing Ratchanok to use any of her deceptive skills overhead. It's just wide.
6-4.
That's a beautiful punch clear. Oh, it's just wide. That's unlucky for the German
Serves over.
because it was the right shot to try at the right time.
6.
It was indeed just a fraction wide. Katapol Guntrishuk, Ratchanok's coach. Looked to me as if she changed her mind. I thought there was some hesitation. Did she think it was going out?
Serves over.
Then decided to play it and hit it into the net. can't afford to give Ratchanok time with her overhead shots.
Serves over. 6-7. Serves over. 8-6. Serves over. 7-8.
Yes, I think it's perhaps a little dangerous to take Ratchanok on at the net. Unless, of course, you can get there first. Oh, there's a challenge, our first challenge
Germany challenges.
of this match.
Ball in.
Now, I thought that was plumb on the line. I've got quite a good view of that. But we will await for Hawkeye to adjudicate for us. Man, it was clearly a
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
So if you're not familiar with badminton, players have an opportunity to make 2 challenges per game. And of course, each match is the best of 3 games. If you're wrong in your challenge, you lose a challenge. So Luise HEIM has only got 1 challenge left. If she'd been right, she would have kept that challenge. So very similar to tennis.
9-8. Serves over. 9-all.
Just lost her concentration momentarily, the German. Two quick errors, unforced errors. Oh, look at that. Short. Oh, well, that goes down as a missed golden opportunity for Luise HEIM. The lift from Ratchanok was woefully short. The error from the German. A game and 11-9 up. One can always tell how short or deep the overhead clear has been by the position of the feet of the player playing the overhead. Look, she's pretty much half court there with her feet, which means that the lift was woefully short.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Thank you. Luise.
Well, Wang Su-yan taking all of his time there in advice to Luise HEIM.
If I call the 20 seconds, he has to go. And you tell him that he has to go, all right? Okay?
No, I didn't quite hear what umpire Van Horenbeck was saying there. good follow-up. I
Well,
like that.
9.
That time not using the angled downward shot as the winner, just using it as a building shot within the rally. Well, the run of points comes to an end, but that was 4 straight points
10.
for
12.
Ratchanok INTANON. 8-9 down to 12-9 up. That run now broken. Ooh, just wide. Ooh, challenge here.
Thailand challenges pulled out.
It's her first challenge of the match so far. I think that may be a wasted challenge. I think the line judge got that right. Indeed, the line judge did.
Challenge
So they've both just got one challenge left here in this second game.
11-12. Play.
Yes, that's lovely. In fact, the longer the rallies go on, I think higher proportion of points that the German is winning. Done well, back level. It's come on.
Serves open. 13-12. Serves over. 13-all.
Oh, that's superb. That found the back line.
Serves over. 14-13.
Yes. Well, she made that look easy, and I can assure you it wasn't. That backhand kill, technically, is a very difficult shot to play. Look how she's addressed the shuttle early. Racket up, carriage very high, and then clips down over the top of the shuttle to play that winner.
13.
Beautifully done. Yeah, the German had no charge. Maybe only 23 years of age, but this is her 4th Uber Cup campaign. Ratchanok INTANON. When you consider it's a biannual event every 2 years, it's quite remarkable, isn't it? Mind you, she won the World Championships as a teenager. Youngest ever women's singles world champion at 18 years of age. Not the youngest ever world champion, though. That honour is with Jang Hyok, who was 3 months younger. when she won her world title. She was 18 years and 3 months of age.
Serves open. 14-17.
You just sense that Intanon has upped the tempo, a little more urgency in her style of play. Yeah, take that. That final smash played with power and precision.
14.
Most players would have had to block the German smash straight, but not Ratchanok.
14.
Here comes the straight smash. And look, she just guides it across court. How many players can do that? Not many, I can assure you. Desperate effort from Heim to get that back. Certainly not lacking commitment. They're wonderful when they work.
15,
Very ambitious shot to try. Error on the return of serve.
19.
And all of a sudden, it's believable again. Believable that the gap can be closed. Yeah, that was a big point. Because now it is match point opportunities for Thailand's Ratchanok INTANON here at first singles.
Match point 16.
First time of asking, and first points on the board in this opening tie of Group B. The former world number one Ratchanok INTANON has delivered. Opening match against Germany, against Luise HEIM, 21-12, 21-16. In a match lasting 38 minutes. This, the final rally. Well, rally earlier, she'd smashed straight down the line, hadn't she? This time going cross court, always making the German twist and turn. Well, we saw some great fight there from the German, Luise HEIM. But in the end, Ratchanok INTANON showed her class. She upped the tempo and has won the opening match in this Group B tie.